Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us again. Okay, so on another note, let's talk about the general economy. The industry is proliferated, and digital acceleration is eating all sectors right now.
Yes.
So, what are the major steps you have taken to meet this changing demands?
Any businessman who want to remain in business, we have to move with the times. We started as an analog business people because 32 years ago the internet was not available, your phone was not available. For me to make phone calls those days, I had to pile my numbers. That was when you have the 90 lines. So I have to pile my numbers several times and severally for those who have landline. And we go to Lagos Island and make phone call with coins and all that, and with a card those days. It's not the same thing. I remember when I bought my first phone, Intercellular, then 4807183. I remember very well. Very expensive, you
You have
know.
quite a memory.
Yes, I still remember that as a matter of fact, I celebrated because that was the first facility that I can talk to people real time, you know. But today, thank God, you got with your phone, with your gadgets, and we as directors, as promoters of this business, we have gone a bit further to become techie. Because if you stay as an analog businessman, the world will leave you. You have the digital space,
Yeah.
you have the internet. Now we have websites for all our businesses.
Okay.
We have all the social platforms. When you are looking for us, you just need to. In fact, our platforms are one of the fastest you can come to by we've employed the what do you call it SEO the system whereby when you key your name in you be the number if you're not the number one or number two to come out to answer the inquiries by people. People who can see us from anywhere because the world has become a global village that's shrunk from where you need to talk, we need to send those days we have the pager. For someone to reach you, they have to page you. You you have to send telexes for you to send message and you may not receive your mail, you go to 90 and all that. But today, anybody who want to reach us, we have empowered ourselves personally, we empower our business using all digital platform that people can reach us to. You want to talk to us from China, you want to talk to us from Singapore, from US. As a matter of fact, we have partners in all the and they talk to us real time. We are very, very techy. It's a 21st century organization that we have built or we have improved to at Unicorn Holdings Limited.
Okay, that's highly impressive and commendable. So, on that note, what is your projection for this year, 2022, with regards to the real estate industry? How do you think the industry is going to thrive, especially in the light of this changing demands that you mentioned as well?
Um, Real estate sector. I think in one of my interviews, I told the interviewer that when it comes to real estate, at the highest level of real estate development, there are a lot of players. You go to the Banana Island, you go to Orange Island, you go to Lekki, phase one and all the phases. There are properties to buy or to sell. The market is very, very liquid. Where we are missing it in Nigeria is the investment in the lower sector of property needs. We need mass housing, and that is where the players should look at. But then there are lots and lot of challenges. The challenges come as a fact of the failure of government to equip the right or tailor their energy towards the right channel. What am I talking about? The mortgage system. If you have had a very vibrant mortgage system in Nigeria, a lot of investors or developers will have invested in the lower cadre of housing, mass housing. You find out that a lot of people squatters. A lot of people. As a matter of fact, the paucity of housing need or the need for housing in Nigeria is close to about 60%. You see a lot of people they hang here and there. They don't have uh, accommodation that they can afford. Therefore, the rich people already have homes, either for their investment or for where they sleep every night. The major challenge is for the poor or lower cadre or there's no middle class in Nigeria. It's either you are extremely rich or you're extremely poor. These people needs to be taken care of through mass housing. The economy does not give room for that because you cannot obtain loan at an interest rate of 28%. And you now put that loan towards the construction of low cost housing. First and foremost, the buying power, the purchasing power is not there by the so-called poor people. So how are you going to make money? So government need to come in and license more mortgage institution and control them, because if a mortgage institution starts to behave like a commercial bank, the purpose is defeated. Generally, I don't think the government has done enough for the housing sector. The major development that you see are in the private initiative. I think the government should come in and put their money where their mouth is. Thank you.
Okay, so you mentioned mass housing. So if we're talking about mass housing and affordable housing in Lagos State, for instance, what is your assessment of this situation? Because yes, like you rightly said, it's becoming a thing of disturbance at this point because we have people that are squatting. So what are the major avenues at which you think government and the concerned regulatory bodies can address this situation?
I think Lagos State government is one of the vibrant states that is looking at mass housing, but the process of allocation is shrouded in mysteries. You go to Imota, you go to Ekpe. These are locations of the masses. So you see a lot of development. Lagos State government is joining or collaborating with developers, but then also who are the subscribers of this housing? You find that after the construction they allocate majorly some of these things to politicians and people who can afford them, and then the lower cadre of people become tenants, while there should be the owners. You understand? I don't know whether the other states, maybe in other states, few people. I think government should go to far-flung areas, like in Oyo, you go to and then put, even if you don't want to develop, you can put infrastructure, what we call site and service schemes, where you acquire plenty of land, large acreage of land, and you service it with drainage system, street lights, waste management system, and allow people to come and build. That will go a long way. Lagos government is trying, but the process of allocating, I think another thing is the purchasing power of the people. Because when you build a block of flat in they tell you to come and pay 15 million naira. How do you afford that? It's only the national housing mortgage system that gives loan, but they are getting the loan itself. They look at your income before they give you loan. How do you pay? You might end up losing your investment. So the government should study the housing system in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Asian nations, and help Nigerians too. We are too rich in Nigeria in terms of natural resources for us to have the kind of housing system that we parade. It's very, very appalling. And if you don't take time, it might cause social problem later by mob actions against our leaders. Thank you.
Okay, so you mentioned the government should help, and recently the governments have noted that they're trying to help the citizens by slashing yearly rent and replacing it with monthly payments. So what would you think, or how effective do you think this is going to be, or is it even suitable with consideration for how the purchasing power is dropping drastically?
Thank you. I don't think the problem is whether you pay yearly or you pay monthly. Government is telling towards their energy towards a wrong target. Now, government is not giving loan to any developer. It's not giving loan to any landlord. So for you to acquire land in Lagos, you need a minimum of maybe 3 million in Ekpe. And to build a block of flat or tenement building, you need upward of about 20 million naira. You wanted to pay monthly. That is not going to encourage mass development, because some of the reasons why people develop is that okay, there will be multiple rental income, maybe a minimum of 1 year. So why do you want to, if you cannot pay your monthly rent, you cannot pay your yearly rent also. Really? Because you cannot save, when you are receiving 1 million naira salary, you cannot save 10% of that. If you receive 2 million, you won't be able to save. I don't think, if you are a yearly tenant, I think I will advise my tenants most of the times that you drop, if you're a salary earner, you pay yearly, you drop your rent is 200,000, 500,000. You drop a bit of your salary in a savings every month. At the end of the year, you find it easy to pay your rent. I don't think it's an issue to pay 1 year rent, but I think it's a big issue. It's going to serve as a big disincentive to developers, because you are putting an investment of 100 million and you want the tenants to come start paying you monthly. It will not work. I think it's a wrong policy. I've not seen the policy paper like I want to read and see the workability. I've not seen. I think 1 year as a minimum rent is good, is suitable. If you say monthly, a lot of people, even the yearly rent, the people will tell you, look, government policy is a year. But for me, if you want my house, it's 2 years. And government don't, how many people have government prosecuted for paying, for collecting 2 years rent? People still collect 2 years rent. Now you're coming with 1 month tenancy. It will never work. Sorry, Lagos State government. It's not a policy that is going to find a lot of favor with developers. And people will not develop, because, come to think of it, the bag of cement is about 4,300. Government does not control any building material. It's a free fall. It's a free for all. If I produce anything, you buy. You don't buy, you leave. Then you want to control what you don't create. Let government go and build the house and rent it for one month and see how profitable it is to them.